Yo, what's good? This the Mad Gamer back with another one. And on this episode, you see it, the Nintendo PlayStation prototype console. On this episode, we got to look at how the Sony veteran remembers how they almost finished video game for the canceled Nintendo PlayStation console. Now, former PlayStation executive recently discussed his history with the Nintendo PlayStation prototype, including playing Sony's almost finished game for the canceled console. In an interview with MinMax, the longtime PlayStation employee discussed his career at Sony, ranging all the way back to his early days working with Ken Kutaragi, aka the father of PlayStation. Yoshida joined Kuragi's team in February 1993 when they were developing the original PlayStation. As Yoshida noted, the PlayStation was the one that actually hit the store shelves, but team members who joined also got a chance to check out this Nintendo PlayStation. Now, those who don't know the history on this Nintendo PlayStation, basically, when Sega was going up against Nintendo, the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis were out. They were both looking to go to the next step. You saw Sega CD was already out, but they were working on a Saturn. Nintendo, they actually made a Super Nintendo CD system that was going to come out, and they were working with PlayStation. Now, what happened with PlayStation is they couldn't get to terms or something on the numbers, etc., the splits. And what happened was PlayStation said, okay, we're going to go do our own thing, which ended up being one of the best things, PlayStation. You know what I mean? It wasn't a PlayStation then, it was this. This is literally the original PlayStation, if you think about it. Everybody who joined the team around that time, the first thing they showed us was the Nintendo Sony PlayStation, like a prototype already working. And they also had almost finished a game on it. And I got to play the game on the system the day I joined. See, I don't understand why. I mean, after this point, it looks like Nintendo just branched off completely of CDs when Nintendo was one of the first ones to even look for this technology. I just did a video earlier on Grand Theft Auto 5 and why it didn't come to the Nintendo Switch, and is Grand Theft Auto 6 coming to the Nintendo Switch too? And it's just like, why did they branch off from CDs? Cartridges are clearly the lesser of the two. I saw that cartridges were the lesser of two back then. Look at the difference between 32X and Sega CD. Sega CD can do real stuff, but 32X was supposed to have more bits. You get what I'm saying? So the cartridge format, it's just not good for graphics. I don't think it's good for video game footage. I mean, you got a couple gems that stand out, like Resident Evil 2 for the Nintendo 64. Certain games weren't even supposed to happen. The Chinatown Wars, Grand Theft Auto for the Nintendo DS. Certain games are just like, wow, how did they pack all this stuff? Doom for the Super Nintendo. So no doubt that they've got good with cartridges and how to, pack as much inside of them that they could. But they were one of the first ones to look at CD technology, and they've abandoned it since. And I think it hurt Nintendo. And in these cartridges, don't they cost more money? Now the disc is like, the cartridge is this big, and the cartridge is literally this big. And you wonder why you can't get fucking Grand Theft Auto and you can't do this on it, bro. I guess the Nintendo Switch is just for kids or something. I don't know, but they need to fix this, man. I saw the Nintendo Switch 2. I didn't see not one CD drive on it or nothing. I think I seen a cartridge drive again, so I just can't figure out how Nintendo was the first ones to look at the CD technology, one of the first ones, and then they just completely abandoned it.